Hello and welcome back. So here's our first cave, right? And I'm gonna take you over to the mine shaft and show you what I've been up to. Uh, I've went a little busy with it. I've been a little busy. It's not overboard. It's not out of control. You guys aren't missing a bunch of stuff or anything. I got set up last night. I found some cows. I started mining, and I kind of want to show you what's going on with the area before I get to it. So it's over here. I tell you, I have been itching to do something since last night, but I've been holding off because I wanted to show you guys what it looks like before I scratch my itch. We get to see what it looks like. What can we talk about on the way? Oh, okay. Well, I watched the video back that I recorded last night, and I realized something. I have a very monotone voice at times. If you guys don't know what that means just kind of, your voice doesn't go up, your voice doesn't go down. It's just one tone the whole time, and it's really boring to listen to. And I'm gonna try to not do that anymore. Let's see if we can find the entrance. This is like my third or fourth time coming here. Here we go. So I got a bunch of cows. Blammo. Why so many cows? Well, because we're gonna have to enchant things. And here is our mine entrance. Remember this guy? And there we go. So I got a little setup, right? Got our chest, the thing, and everything's ready to go. And I made a drop right here. So you can come up on this ladder. If you guys don't know what one of these drops is, you come up on this ladder, and on this side, there's water. Bloom. Right there. So the way this works is I've got a water source block, nothing, and then a sign to stop the water. If you fall 4 blocks, you will take damage. But if you fall 1, 2, 3, you're okay. So now let me stop moving the camera funny so you can see what I've actually been up to. And there we go. So I've got my bed, I've got my stuff ready to go. I started doing some mining. I haven't done a lot of it, but I did get some diamonds. Started doing some mining. I found... Obviously, I have an enchanting table, but I can only do level 1 enchants. Well, yeah, 6. That's pretty good for no bookshelves. I used up... yeah, that's stone with efficiency on it, just because I put level 1 enchants on everything. Including some iron armor that I made myself. All protection 1. I don't know if that's lucky or if that's just a level 1 thing. So I set up my reeds or sugarcane, right? I set up my sugarcane here. Got my torches up there. Got my wheat here so that we can breed cows. Let's take care of this wheat real quick. Blam. And that goes there. That goes there. Come on. Here we go. Now we're cooking. Oh, I killed a zombie that dropped a carrot. So now I'm growing a couple carrots. What I really want is potatoes. Potatoes are really, really good. And that's not just the Irish in me talking, gentlemen. But potatoes are really, really good. Sadly, I haven't gotten any yet. So when I started digging this out, I saw this open area back here. And I did this just to... I was going to have it closed off. But if I closed it off, then I would forget that anything was back here. So I did wood so that I would remember, and then I kind of started looking around, and I went, well, you know, it'd be nice to have a door there. So I found a little lava lake that's nearby, and you'll see it's draining. Why? Well, because I've been putting lava buckets in these guys. Now, what I'd like to do, I've never done this before, I'd like to completely drain this lake and do all my smelting and stuff right here. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. We'll definitely see how that goes. This, of course, I have, you know, evened out a little bit. It didn't really look like this. It was a lot more jagged. But I tried to fix it up because I'm going to be using it. And let's, you know what? Actually, we're going to put this chicken in one of those furnaces. And hopefully, let's see. Blam. There we go. So now, grab our lava. Hooray. There we go. So gradually this will drain. Now I want to show you what I've been thinking about with the area and what I've held off on doing until I could record this. Look, see, I can feel myself going monotone again. Ugh. Your uncle is not a monotone guy. I'm trying to keep it kind of toned down, but it's really, really difficult to stay toned down. Okay, see all this cobblestone? When I was coming down here, this opened up into a huge, huge chasm in the middle of nothing. And I fell almost to my death, but I managed to land in water at the last second, so I lived. But that's a good thing to go exploring in a little while. I don't know if we're gonna do it now or in some other, episode or whatever you want to call it, but at some point in time we'll probably go exploring down there. I avoided it because number one, I wasn't recording, and number two, I didn't have any of this stuff yet. So let's take a look at, remember we were gonna build over in those extreme hills that are kind of in that direction. Well, I came out here, look, all these trees, but then I noticed that kind of peeking out. A big old hill. And I went, oh, well, I wonder what's in front of that. And then I look over this way. There's a little hill over here. Then I realized that's a big hill, right? And there's kind of a hill going on here. So I concluded that this is a neat valley. And we might build here. I'm not sure because you don't really know what the land looks like while all these trees are here. So I have a couple things I'm going to do off camera, and then I'll come back. One thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to chop down a lot of these trees. And if chopping down the trees, destroys everything, then, oh well, right? We'll move somewhere else. But I have a hunch that this is going to be a really good looking area if I take these trees down. You'll actually be able to see it and everything. So I'm going to try that out. And the second thing that I'm going to do off camera is I made a diamond pickaxe, I made an enchanting table, and I have 1 diamond left over. Which isn't a huge deal or anything, but eventually, see, I don't even have the diamond pickaxe on me because it's not enchanted, because I don't want to put anything other than level 30s, right? So I need to figure out enchanting. That's why I've got all the sugar cane. That's why I've got the cows, right? I'm going to make a bunch of books. I'm going to make a bunch of bookshelves, and I'm going to do some real enchanting. And I'm going to try to actually get good stuff. So, fingers crossed for that. Now, although I have an enchanting table down there already, it's not a good spot for doing enchanting. So I'll probably end up doing it somewhere around here, but like I said, we don't really know what the area looks like until all those trees are gone. I feel like if I put a bunch of bookshelves down, here's the thing, if you don't have silk touch, when you knock a bookshelf. When you knock a bookshelf out, you'll just get books back. You don't get the bookshelf. So it's kind of a waste if you don't have silk touch, which if you don't know is an enchantment. And I really don't think I'm going to get silk touch. I don't think I'm going to be that lucky. So if we put the bookshelves down here, when we try to pick them up, we're just going to get books back instead of bookshelves, and we're going to have to make them all over again, which is a waste. I don't want to do that. I'd rather start off just setting up an enchanting area, and then we'll go from there. What else is in store? Well, we've got a lot of stuff we're going to have to do. A lot of bases we got to cover. We need enchanting. We need some way to get... See, you can hear all the mobs here. All the monsters, all the baddies. It'd be really nice if I could find a monster spawner and turn it into a little bit of an XP farm, they call it. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but basically you hang out there and you get experience really, really easily. But you can't do it very well without one of those spawners. Hopefully we can find a spawner, and if we do, we'll probably set up a second enchanting area there. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. So yeah, I've got some trees to chop down, and I've got some mining to do. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. Welcome back. Man, I have been busy. It's been about a day since I recorded that other part. I've been doing a lot of stuff down here, and I really thought I was going to be able to get some building done and that kind of stuff. There's so much that's been going on. I think I'm not actually going to be able to build a building. Maybe we'll save that for the next one that I do. But as you can see, I've got more chests, right? I've been doing a good amount of mining. And let me give you an update on this area. First off, I realized I didn't show you this cavern. So I'm going to show you the cavern first. We'll get to that. Water's going to come down, but it's okay. We'll get our sword ready. Here's the cavern that I fell into when I first came down here. There's a creeper over there. What's up? I've been running around trying to get this lit up. Going up there, all over the place, back and forth on every angle you can think of. Just putting down as many torches as I can. And it's a good thing I did all that mining because I have, thankfully, a whole lot of coal now. See, like, there's an unexplored area. Well, I didn't want to go everywhere and do everything off camera because you guys should be there for the journey, right? So this is basically what this looks like. Obviously there weren't torches here or anything when I fell, but now there are. Now hopefully things are a little bit more cleaned up, right? Man, this is a pain to get into. I'm gonna do something about this. But for now, that's what I'm gonna do about it. There we go. So I realized something. I came out here, I recorded that video yesterday, I believe, and I came out here last night after mining a bunch, and there was a slime jumping around. And I realized that I'm in what's called a slime chunk. Now, this is going to get heavy, so I'm going to hit F3, and there we go. If you look at my XYZ, okay, X 255, Y 12, Z 158. Now, to the right side of that, there's C15, and it says 15 in parentheses, and then 2 lines down, C9, and it says 14 in parentheses. So watch as I walk straight in this direction. 16, and it's counting up, right? 16, it's counting down, and it's going to go to 15, 0, 15, 15, 14, 13, right. And as I go this way, the other number starts going. See, 10, 3, 2, 1, 0, 9, right? Minecraft works in what's called chunks. And a chunk is 16 blocks by 16 blocks all the way up to the sky. That's one chunk. Now, slimes normally spawn in swamps, and it gets really complicated because it depends on the moon and all sorts of stuff. On top of spawning in swamps, though, they also spawn in certain chunks, certain 16 by 16 parts of the grid, okay? And when I saw a slime here, I realized that this is one of those chunks. Obviously, I'm not in a swamp. I'll get into why, but for enchanting purposes, I wanted a bunch of slime. So I leveled and figured out what the slime chunks are, and there's 3 of them, at least, which I'll show you. Slimes, you can't force them to spawn somewhere. Let's do this. Hey, what's up? You can't force a slime to spawn somewhere. You can't go, I want you to spawn right on that block. Can't do it. But what you can do is give them the most ideal conditions to spawn somewhere. So this section, see how this like squared off section? That's one chunk. I counted it out. All the way up to 15. It'll go all the way down to 0. Blam. 0. 0. Right? So this is 14 by 11. So the X is 14 and the Z is 11. Next to that other number, the C number, that's that chunk. Here's 15 and 11. This is another one where I think slimes might spawn. I know for a fact they'll spawn there. I think they spawn here. And in this last one, I know they spawn. However, there's all this stuff in the middle because this is where our parts of our base are. And we can't go into there without destroying our base. So the next best thing that we can do is give the most ideal conditions in as much of this place as possible. That's why everything's lit, but it's all nice and flat. It's mostly 2 blocks high. It's just ideal conditions for a slime to spawn. And this has actually gotten me a whole lot of slime balls so far. Well, a good amount. I'll show you the lava lake. Here's what this looks like now after doing all that, right? All this is raised and a little different. Another thing I did is in a lot of that cave that we just saw, the cavern or whatever you want to call it, I would do that and then that. So that there aren't consecutive, that means in a row, consecutive blocks that are at the same level. A slime would much rather spawn here in this 2x2 than in this because there's not that much flat space. So I did a lot of that stuff in the cave to keep them from spawning there. Here's what our lava lake is looking like now. And I realized, you guys saw me put a piece of chicken in here, just one piece of chicken, and I used a whole bucket of lava on it. I know that it doesn't take a whole bucket of lava, right? My goal here is, I have 2 goals in this area. My first goal is to drain this lake and see what's at the bottom of it, this lava lake. My second goal is to use these furnaces. It just happens that this lava is a great source for fuel. So I realized I've taken out a lot more lava than I need to, but that's okay because that's what we want to do. I've sometimes seen diamonds at the bottom of these, so that's why I want to bucket everything out and just see if there are diamonds down there. That's really all it comes down to. I just want to see if they're there. Next up, well, I'll show you how we're doing on supplies here. So we've got a bunch of stone, right? A bunch of dirt, cobblestone, nothing. 16 diamonds. Remember, we had 1 before. Well, now we got 16. So we're doing all right there. And there's a bunch of our farm stuff. As you can tell, we're actually doing pretty well on sugarcane already. First, I'm going to... Let's see. I think the leather is up there. So we're going to get... Well, let's think about this. I need... Oh, you'll notice my enchanting table is gone. I'll show you where that is. It's okay. It's okay. Nothing happened to it. It didn't break or anything. I just moved it. So let's think. We need... If this is our enchanting table, right there, then we need bookshelves to wrap all the way around it to give us level 30 enchants. Basically, it needs to go a bookshelf there, that corner there. But we're going to go all the way around and just have a space right there. All of this is going to be bookshelves, right? That's what it's going to look like, with that being our enchanting table. So we need 15 bookshelves. So let's figure out, okay, let's think about this. I'm going to crack my knuckles in the microphone because we're thinking. All right. Thinking time. Thinking caps on, gentlemen. It takes 3 books to make 1 bookshelf. Okay? So that means if we need 15 books, or 15 bookshelves, that we need 15 times 3, we need 45 books. So that is going to be... I think that's how this works. Doom. Okay, 45. Let's make sure this gives us enough paper. If I do that, it should give me 3 pieces of paper. Okay, cool. 45 pieces of paper. Glorious. Oh my goodness, I have stuff to show you up here too. Like I said, I've been really busy. I've been trying to do a lot of kind of preparation for us doing stuff, but not necessarily do the neat things that much. So it's a fine line, I'll tell you that. It is a fine line to walk between preparing and doing fun stuff. So... Oh, there we go. There's our leather. So we need 45 of these. 1, 2. There we go. 45. That'll give us... Oh, Well, that's not right. That's only 15 books. Jeez. Okay. 15. We need a lot more than that. We need... Let's see. We're going to get another 31. I don't feel like doing math this time. You guys can do the math there if you would like. 32. And we're just going to make another 2 sets of 45. That's all. Just easy. Easy, easy. Okay. And back upstairs. I wonder if I can craft... Nope, I can't craft while going up the ladder. Darn it! How do I... Whoa! Wow! Look at that face! You know what? Those look like green eyes that are in weird places. That's lettuce, because my name is a burger, right? That's lettuce in my face. Lettuce and ketchup and all the fixings and everything. Who doesn't like burgers? Come on. Everybody likes a good burger. Let's get this figured out. So there's... Oh, why did I do that? There we go. There's another 45. There's 30. And... Oh, hey. Wow, whoa. Calm down. Here, you know what? Here, watch this. Here's a neat one for you. I've got all that stuff up there, right? I want to get all of these back into my inventory. Hold shift. Well, pick this up, right? Hold shift, double click on any of the other ones, and they all go back. So there's a what they call a pro tip. There's a good pro tip for you. So 15, 15. Now we've got our 45 books. Now we've got a whole bunch of dark oak. You know what? We're just going to use all of that. There we go. Bloom, bloom, bloom. Bloom, bloom, bloom. And blam, blam, blam. That'll give us 15 bookshelves. And I got an achievement. Isn't that neat? Okay, all this stuff goes back. Wow, I went through a lot of dark oak. Actually, I'm going to turn this volume down a little bit before we go out there, because I want to talk to you. Friendly creatures, we'll turn them down. Okay, look at that. This is what I've been up to. This is one of the things I said I was going to do, right? Clear out. I said some of the trees. Well, I took out pretty much all the trees. And this area looks awesome. I think this looks really awesome. Here's a sneak peek. There's the enchanting table. We'll get to it. So I have gone from maybe this might be a cool place to build things to I think this is really going to be a cool place to build things. I've been trying to figure out how I want to do the roads. We'll get into that. But I think I don't know. I have to figure out where the main road is going to be and where everything else is. But I decided I was going to do the enchanting over there just because it's kind of out of the way and it's a place that I can build right now and it'll be all right. Actually, you know, we're going to grab that pickaxe because we're about to do an enchantment. Let's get back down here. We're going to have to climb all the way back up the ladder. I got to figure out an elevator or something. Something's got to be faster than going up and down this ladder. Oh, another good one to look at. Look at the bottom of the screen. 36. You want to basically be level 30 to enchant things. And I have been fighting having too many levels. I even did level 1 enchants on random like stone tools just so that I wouldn't completely waste levels. The more levels you get, the longer it takes to level up, right? So at a certain point, it's just not worth it to have tons and tons of levels. Really, basically, once you get past 30. Look at this contraption. What on earth? Well, so there are a couple ways to turn on redstone. One is with a button like this. Another one is with a lever. Now, when you hit a button, normally we'll say that a piston was attached to this, right? So I would hit this button, which I'm not going to do, but I would hit that button. The piston would go out. The button would go click, click, and the piston would come back in. A lever, you flip it, and the piston goes out, and then you wait however long you want, and then flip the lever back, and the piston comes back in. What I've done here is I've turned a button into a lever, which is really neat. So first I'll show you what's going to happen is our enchanting tables are going to go on these sticky pistons. So when we hit this button, they're all going to come up. And right now we can do a level, 1, 5 enchant, right? When all these bookshelves come up, we're going to be able to do 30s. So first I'll show you what it does, and then I'll show you how it works. because it gets really detailed. So hit this, blam, they all come up for as long as we want. Hit this again, blow, all back down. Something that's pretty neat, that I think is pretty neat, it actually took a little thinking for me, is they all go up at the exact same time. It's one of those small details that you don't really think about, but yeah, let me turn this back up before I forget about it. How does this work? Well, prepare yourselves. Like I said, your grandpop and I, we were both electricians, so this stuff is up our alley, and I really, really, really like figuring this stuff out. And what's going to happen is you hit this button, and it sends power down to this piece of redstone, which then goes down here and into here. This redstone powers this block. When this block gets power, it sends power to all the blocks that are on one of its faces. Okay, so the block on the left, that one, if there was one behind it, if there was one in front of it, right? Well, actually, there is one in front of it. There's a repeater in front of it. So it sends power to that repeater. Also, underneath of it. Now, what happens to be underneath of it is a sticky piston. What happens now is when power comes down here, it puts power into this block, and it turns on that sticky piston, which pushes this block up, and then immediately takes power off of this. Something to know about Minecraft is that time is measured in what are called ticks. 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 Now, a tick is approximately 1/10 of a second. So there's 10 ticks in 1 second. That's how short a tick is. Don't even think about things normally in terms of seconds in Minecraft. You want to think of things in terms of ticks, okay? And the game decides what it wants to do every tick. It only does so much, right? So 1 tick, it goes, oh, I need to put this block here, and then the next tick, it'll go, oh, I'm moving this block back, right? That's just how the game works. It functions in ticks. So power comes down here, powers that block. Now, 1 tick later is when it goes down. Well, I'm sorry, it goes down. 1 tick later is when the game decides that it's going to move this up. So what we end up with is a real quick pulse, a burst of power through here that lasts 1 tick, okay? So following the redstone, it comes down here, powers this block through here, which powers this sticky piston, which moves this into here. Now, because this is only 1 tick, the side effect of having 1 tick go into a sticky piston is that it doesn't pull the block back. Because it takes 1 tick, the game goes, okay, I've got power on this, I'm moving this piston forward, and in that tick, it goes, this block needs to move with it, right? And then the next tick, the game decides, I need to pull this back. What do I need to do with it? Oh, this block, I need to pull it back. So that takes 2 ticks to happen. Okay? Let me talk to you in the face here. That takes 2 ticks. However, power is only ever on this for 1 tick. So this block gets left out here until you hit that switch again, and then the game goes out and it goes, oh, there's a block there, I have to pull it back, and it pulls it back. So this switch, all this redstone stuff coming all the way down here, this switch, its only purpose in its buttony life is to move this block. That's all it does. And you can see I've got a redstone torch, a piece of redstone, and what's going to happen is this block moves here and gets powered by this redstone, which then goes through this repeater to all these sticky pistons and makes them all move at the same time. So let's take a real quick look. Now, remember what's going to happen. I'm going to hit this button. There's a sticky piston here, and there's a sticky piston here. So when I hit this button, that stone brick is going to go up, right? This is going to shoot that brick out to the right, or that wool out to the right, and then come back immediately. Super, super quick. And it's going to leave that block out there. So let me get them both in frame. Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. See? Sticky piston's back. That block's out there, and it's got power going to all this stuff. We'll move it back. Watch this again. Okay. Clip goes out. Comes back. Goes out. Comes back. Now, I want you to notice something. You can set delay. This is 2 ticks right now. Repeaters can wait. You can make a repeater wait to send a signal somewhere. And you do that by right-clicking and setting ticks. Okay? So this right here, where a repeater normally is, that's a 1-tick delay. That's 2 ticks, 3 ticks, 4 ticks, back to 1 tick. These are at 2. These aren't set to anything. Because if I ran this redstone, if I didn't put this repeater here, then this redstone would lose its signal by the time it got here and powered these pistons. Since these don't have a delay, that means that everything that's before this 1 tick delay right here, everything that's before it needs to be delayed to the same delay as this guy, basically, or the same delay as these things will ultimately be. So that's going to be 1 tick, and that's going to be 1 tick. Okay, so we're looking at 1 plus 1, that's 2 ticks. That means everything that's before this repeater needs to be delayed 2 ticks. So there's that, and there's that. So watch. Now, you know what? Let's just do this for fun. We're going to set all these guys to 1 tick, just like the other side. Actually, I'll just do this side, just this side, just this row. You'll get it. These are going to come up a little bit before these. See that delay right there? Just that little bit of delay. That's how long, that's literally how long 1 tick is. It goes up. That's the difference between 1 tick and 2 ticks. That real slight delay. So we'll put these back at 2. And you know what? Let's put our bookshelves down now. Bookshelf, 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 boop, boop, boop. Neat thing about these bookshelves is look at the texture on top. Looks just like other wooden planks, doesn't it? I know it does. You don't have to say it out loud. I know it does. 15, exactly what we needed. Now, ready? Here's the test. I've been waiting for you guys to do this. I haven't put the bookshelves down yet. Ready? Look at that. That is so perfect. Let's try it. Ooh, 28. 28. Why am I getting 28s? I bet it's this torch right here. Let's see. 30. Ho, 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 ho. What'd I get? Hey, 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 hey! Fortune 3. That's going to be perfect. Perfect for diamonds. What we want for a mining axe, a real mining axe, is we want unbreaking 3 and efficiency 5. That's what we really want. However, this means that when we mine diamonds, this Fortune 3, normally we would hit a diamond block and we might get, say, let's do this. Oh, that's so neat. Normally we would mine a diamond block and we would get, let's say 1, maybe 2 diamonds. So where we get 1 or 2, when we have Fortune 3, we might get 2 or 3, right? So we'll get a few more diamonds, which is going to be glorious. Now, I have a lot of work ahead of me. I really wanted to, well, let's just go back up. I have kind of a weird thing. I like to go up, I like to come down, I'm up, I'm down, I'm up, I'm down, I'm up and down. I can't make up my mind. I think it's just that I like that fall so much that I just have to do it. I just have to do that fall. And I think we're probably just about out of time today, which is unfortunate. What I want to do, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this or not, but what I'm going to try to do is figure out roads, just put down some sort of markers for where we're going to want our roads here. And hopefully next episode or next time I record or whatever, the next thing we're going to do together is I want to build out this guy. You know what we're going to finish this up doing? We're just going to clean things up a little bit. I'm going to put dirt up here so that we've got a ground again. Okay. I think that would be okay. So we'll do this right here. Boop, doop, ba-doo. I really hope this... I don't think this is going to go over. Let's just make sure.